Water rates, water rates, water rates. I mean, that is how we're going to get more and more conservation for lots of users.
A major piece of legislation on water will return to Utah's Capitol Hill. It dramatically changes how you pay for water. How much you pay for water is about to become a big debate on Utah's Capitol Hill. It's in response to Utah's ongoing drought, the peril facing the Great Salt Lake, and Utah's massive growth. Fox 13 News political reporter Ben Winslow has more from Harriman.
Right now, when you turn on the tap or water your lawn, you pay a monthly water bill. But the bulk of your water use is actually covered by property taxes.
The full cost of water is not found in our rates, and therefore the drive to consume continues.
Senator Dan McKay is chair of the Senate Revenue and Taxation Committee. He's proposing to carve water use out of property taxes, so Utah moves to more of a user fee.
The hope is that when their rates do go up, that they then implement water saving standards, and maybe change their landscaping, maybe change some of those things.
He proposed it last year, but the bill faced pushback from local water districts, so it was sent for a study in the interim. They worry that reworking property taxes could harm critical infrastructure projects and operations.
There's been a lot of good accomplished with the existing funding model, so before we change it, I think it's wise to really understand the consequences of changes. And we're supportive of the study.
But groups like the Utah Taxpayers Association say they support the change.
You can run your hose in the gutter and it's really not consequential. And we need to change that to where the more water you use, the more you pay, the less water you use, the less you pay.
What's also up for discussion is scrutinizing nonprofits like churches and schools. Right now, they don't pay any property taxes, which means they get a lot of free water for grassy lawns like this. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is a major property owner here in Utah, told me so far it has no position on this legislation.
We think everybody should be paying for their use of water.
The head of the Jordan Valley Water Conservancy District says while the issue is studied over the next year, they'll keep negotiating.
I think there's a really good potential for constructive conversations that will lead to smart solutions.
Senator McKay says this idea can help Utah address water needs in the drought with the shrinking Great Salt Lake and as we continue to grow.
Easy in a high water year like we've had this last winter to look and say maybe the problem is solved or mission accomplished. I would argue that's probably a mistaken thought as we continue to see growth, and we know that growth is actually the continuing consumer really of our water.
In Harriman, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.